how are you? How is life for you? In Tukoriada, we start with greetings, and hopefully we end up with bye-bye and more greetings and good, glad wishes and good wishes, right? Tukoriada, my friend, let's have a little update here. The more things look the same, the more they are the same. Is that how it goes? I borrowed that from Thick Air. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Grand Slam track with Michael Johnson. The more he speaks, the more you wonder whether this man had more in his mouth than he could chew. This prophet of yours here in Tukoriada predicted the downfall and the demise and the incompetence all along of this project. It was a project, it was flawed, overpromised, and now we're just reading disaster after disaster of statements from him. So he's updating us about the athletes. This is Michael Johnson. I don't know, I'm reading something, a statement he wrote a few days ago. And this is what he says. Very fascinating guy. He's very PR oriented. He's pleasing. He's trying to tell us the right things. And hopefully we can tone down our exposure of who he is and how fraudulent and how scamish this whole thing looks like. I'm not blaming him totally as a person. Maybe he's decent. Maybe he had good intentions. Maybe he wanted to expand what needs to be expanded. Maybe need to be reorient the whole track and field. Maybe that's all he could say. And maybe take more time. But this is what he's saying right now. Dear athletes, coaches, agents, media, partners, and fans. Wow, I come last, man. I'm a fan. He's calling me as he's quoting all these partners. Anyway, here he says, it is incredibly difficult to live with the reality that you have built something bigger than yourself while simultaneously feeling like you've let down the very people you set out to help. He continues, however, I have to own that. My vision for Grand Slam track has always been to elevate the sport and its athletes. Like you, I've always believed the athlete and fans of this sport deserve so much more. As an athlete, I know firsthand the sacrifice you make, the years of work you put in for moments that are over in seconds, and the importance of having a platform that treats those moments and the people who create them with respect they deserve. He continues, having the opportunity to present a platform of this sport and its athletes in a way that I've always believed was possible. Seeing that vision actually come to life has been one of the greatest experiences of my life. That's laughable. Okay, let's continue. And he writes more. And that makes this current situation all the more difficult for me personally and for our team. Okay, we set out with a bold vision for this league, and even through trials, we set the stage of unforgettable races, records, upsets, long-awaited matchups. Our races and challenges brought their talent, personalities, and were race ready, constantly giving the fans something to cheer for. They believe in what we were building, even when they didn't have to. And for that, I'm deeply grateful. Many have shared just how much fun they've had competing with us this season. We were all in the arena together, building this amazing thing. This is success to me. You know, it's interesting how somebody addresses the beginning. You almost think he's going to give us more of something we don't know. At the end here, he summarizes that this all project and the league, he says, this is success for me. Or to me, he owns the whole vision. He kind of drops us in there as fans, and at the end he says that this success is to me. What do you read on that, my fans or my subscribers? It's all about Michael Johnson. That was a very strange ending. I like one thing he talks about here that many believed in me. Yeah, some did because you lied to them, and I don't think Michael Johnson knows the ramifications, the fallout of this thing at all. If he takes a legal detour and we end up in legal world where he's going to be challenged and exposed as being fraudulent, I wonder whether he's going to really rephrase some of these things he writes. Michael Johnson has a good speaking career. He speaks well. He's a broadcaster. He's a pundit in track and field. So when he speaks, People people gravitate towards this stuff. My problem for me is that we might be entering uncharted territory where something happened. People were used, athletes were lied to, or they were colluded. Whatever happened, right? They signed up something with this guy, with this GST project guy, and it just ends up in this bad crash. I don't think this thing is as dead as when it arrived. Okay, I don't think there's any resurrection for this league for me. It might rebrand it and call it something else, but to call it this name, it won't happen. But my challenge for me is for athletes, really. When you think about it, people sacrifice that window of time. The Mary Moraz from the third world country. I think Paulinho, the Dominican Republic, was she in this thing? I don't remember the names of people who are from what I call poor country, which this nation will call it shithole countries, right? Let's call it that. Do they have good legal representatives? Are they well represented in these contracts? Did their agents sign up and know what were the fine prints? Are they going to be compensated? Are they going to get their money if at all? This guy just said, I'm declaring bankrupt. So this is a problem when you have an athletic body of athletes around the globe, mostly people like Wanyonyi from Kenya, Agnes Ngetichu was part of this, and some of these countries are called countries that don't have strong legal representation, or the system doesn't work. If it does, the people who are smart enough, who are the maybe advocates or lawyers, they just go there and make their money and get their cut and get the hell out of the way as athletes suffer and stretch their arms. Hopefully they'll get some money. I bring this up because one of the things you notice in doping and cases that some athletes have been banned, in America, you find that they can come back. They have a legal way. There's a legal system that is trusted. It's very strong. And some of these athletes bounce back and compete after they serve their time. In Kenya and poor other countries, you're banished for life. Even if it was 2 years, comeback is very hard. Or sometimes it's not there at all. So I'm saying this because this GST and Michael Johnson might have to go through that test of legal route. I think some athletes might take him to court. I don't know that Thomas Gabi of this world have the guts or the patience. The Grant Fishers of this world, I think he alluded to that somehow. If this goes that way, is it gonna be even applicable to people from countries that are not America? And that's the challenge we face moving forward, if at all it goes there, which I suspect it might. Or he just files bankruptcy and just moves on in his life after lying to people and having them sign to something that was bound to fail. That was GST Update with Michael Johnson, what he's saying and what he's not saying. And this Tukoriada guy doesn't mince words when it comes to saying this guy was fraud. I think he overreached, he overpromised, he lied to athletes, he found himself wanting at one point, now his pants are on his ankle, and he's trying to paint a picture of, oh, this success to me. To who? Was it about you? Okay, you went to Jamaica, you went to Miami, you went to Philly. It doesn't matter. The show could have been good, but people have to be paid. To Korea, subscriber, you know what? Yes, people have to be paid. I don't get paid. I just get paid by your company. As you comment and give me something you think about Michael Johnson right here, right now. Talk to you later, my friend. The other side of the pillow is always good, goody.